We are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. One more day, right? Start the day right. Today is December 27th, 2025. So we start with a prayer. All right. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings in our lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we don't have because we're in the process of getting it. And in that journey, everything we do is in your name. Amen. Amen. Of course, I want you all to have an amazing day today. Um, First things first, official test start time 2 minutes. 5 revisions, 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each. 5 words each sentence, 5 sentences each paragraph. 5 computer spaces in between. Again, 5 revisions. You can use your hyperscientific, you can use any artificial intelligence or technology, but you must show the work and share it with the class. If you do not show the work, share it with the class, I'm going to assume all you did was use technology, you will get 0 credit, okay? All right. Let me fix my Florida Gators hat. See, I got my Thunderbirds joint on. Shout out to the Thunderbirds, baby. Triple Crown winners. Delano, California, baby. Um, where can we begin? I don't know. It's an interesting point. I'm gonna check Bloomberg for some reason. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. It's Saturday. I completely forgot. So you know what? Let's see what we can do. Let's use technology. All right. We use technology. First, we're going to go to TubeMate and we're going to not take the update and just um, type in peaceful music and I like this one. I've seen this one before. Let's try different ones. Once you find the right one, we can put it on. It's going to help big time.
The holiday exclusive, Ravens, Packers, tonight on Peacock.
This one has water, which is cool, but not the vibe that I'm going for. You know, we need something. This is the one. This one you're gonna recognize from my podcast, but it's okay because it'll be worth it today. This is part of the cost for production for the day, right? So greater good will come from this. You have to think about the greater good that will come from this, right? So okay, that's done. Now We're going to go to Pi Music Player, which is the best, by the way. I am a firm believer. Amazing. Give me one quick second. Now listen to that. And of course, you're listening to the sweet sounds of my voice. Right? Just like that. I want to stand it up on my stand here so we can get a little vibration from the thing. Let's see if this works. It's not perfect, but remember, all we could do was use the the things that God has given us, right? I have to monitor the peaks, right? So that we're working. What the heck is this menu? I have no idea, but I sure was gonna open up that thing. All right. So without further adjustments, let us hydrate, right? Yesterday, coffee machine wasn't working, so I had no choice but to drink the water. I left. I was unable to wait for my coffee till they fixed the water line. Today I showed up. I said, "Yo, can I have my coffee?" They said, "Oh, you need your receipt." I just threw it away this morning. For some reason, I just emptied out my pockets, threw everything away. But one of the best things and the highlight of my moment this morning, other than prayer, I had a few things I had to organize, was taking the puppy for a walk. Now, just like when I said I'm going to create content when I play golf or when I go to the yacht club, I'm going to create content. I'll get me a puppy in the future. I'll get me a nice puppy in the future. So, one of my lists, right? Now, as I'm preparing for the day, I'm already emotionally overwhelmed. Holidays, holiday season, this, that, and the third, right? Well, on top of that, I'm listening to the Warner Brothers theme. And I want to explore with you all how deep these layers are, right? So we'll do this for the psychology series. This will be for my medical students, and see how you can apply it to everything else because we're going to cover everything. So here I am, right? The company, the brand, the franchise, right? I am a franchise myself, right? So I'm not a businessman. I am a business. Like everything that deals with me is a brand, right? Now, my filter, the way that I see the world, right, is religious. That's how I view life. That's the secret to my success. There's no mystery about that. So let me share with you those credentials. I'm a Jew for Jesus, meaning I believe he was the Messiah. And I have love for every other religion. I'm very familiar with mostly other religions. And it's important to say that to people, for me, for my religious beliefs on day one, so that people know how to manage me, how to deal with me, and stuff like that. It's like a language, right? That some people understand, and some people even refuse to speak. So, in my pursuit of happiness, in my pursuit of my goals, my aspirations, and my dreams, there are moments where confusion can be created. People don't understand that you're going through a process. You can't blame them because they're not in the process. They're looking from the outside in. Because sometimes we can be classified or categorized in the popcorn economy. People think that you start a business today and you reach success tomorrow. No, this is 30 years ago. And again, this is my wild card example. I hate to have to restrain it and water it down so that other people can feel comfortable. So I'm just going to tell you how it is and I'm going to explain to you why. I went to one of my business partners for several meetings for my career and a technology investment. As part of this trip, I went to go venture out to brick and mortar locations, investments such as this one. At the same time, I had to move not only a part of my catalog, but I had to move inventory in my automotive collection. All my cars are for sale. They've been for sale for the last 4 or 5 years. I still buy, sell, and trade. I'm still a dealer and everything else, but we'll get to that. So I spent about $40 million in 36 minutes. So I was spending like 1.5, $1.4 million on average. Now, out of all the cars that I had to buy for business purposes, meaning for my inventory, there were a few cars that were personal. The commission that I made on the other sales, I didn't take that money or that value out. I just reinvested it into another horizontal, another vertical, another lateral. So there's this one car in my collection. I have a few of them and I have them for sale. So I'm not going to mention which vehicles it is. But this is the key moment here. This car is only one in the world. First of all, there's only 63 of them, and I own like 7 or 8 of them. And that's very hard. In the United States, there's no other collection that comes close to mine. This one particular car has a graphic that makes it stand out, even amongst a vehicle that is limited in production, and there's only 63 of them, and I have 7 of them. Okay, out of those 7 cars, there's one that has a very unique, package the way it was put together. When I finalized the paperwork after the negotiations, of course, we're setting up logistics to distribute some of these vehicles. Like some of those cars that I bought, I already had them sold. So I had to ship them from one dealership to another dealership to the owners, right? Some cars went overseas. Most of the cars that I sell go overseas. They're not for the United States market. So this particular car, it's a race car. So it's not even for the streets. Not only is it not for the United States, it's not for the streets. That one is a personal car. And anytime that I sell a personal car, I make sure that I let everybody know because sometime in the future it's going to be worth a lot of money, like a ridiculous amount of money. So what I told the sales team, right, the management side on the financial side was, this is one of my dream cars. So of course everybody's the small talk, everybody's chit chatting, everybody's laughing. But then I made a comment that's not for everybody. And if it's meant for you to receive it and receive this golden key, take this golden key and go build the future with it. I bought one of my dream cars, and all it took was 30 years. This person was not expecting to hear that from me. Remember, I just spent over $40 million in 36 minutes. That car is only a few $1 million. So by comparison, yeah, $2 million is a lot of money. But in my inventory, I have more than that. I have over, four, five, $600 million in my inventory. $40 million is a lot of money. But compared to $40 million, I'm at 5%. By comparison, in the technology company, I'm way more than 5%. But let's just say I was 5% of that company. It's still a blessing. And most people are not expecting to hear that. It only took you 30 years. Yeah, that's it. How many people, if you told them today, listen, whatever you start today in 30 years, Warren Buffett. are going to say, yo, thumbs up. So now, as a human being, I'm supposed to water that down so that my loved ones feel comfortable. They feel that they're in a safe space, like a cocoon when a child is in the womb. I have to say, don't focus on the $40 million that I spent. Focus on the $2 million I spent on myself. If that makes you feel better. Wait a minute. Don't focus on the $2 million car, which is more than that. It's almost double, triple the price overseas. Focus on the trade-ins that you took in. But the trade-ins that I took in are Super America 575s and 550s. This is not your average cup of tea. But again, as an entrepreneur, you're going to face constant challenges from people that just don't understand. I'm going to give you another wild card example. This will be number 2. Will Motivation. Shout out to you, Will Motivation. Rich Rebuild. Shout out to you as well. Will Motivation goes to the dealership, a Toyota dealership, to buy a Supra, top of the line, whatever anniversary, purple, everything. It's the one. Like if you're gonna get that car and you have an exotic collection, you're gonna get the top of the line creme of the creme. They racially profiled him because of what he was wearing, and that's why when I go do business, I'm dressed like this. When I'm in the boardroom, I'm in the business suit. They don't even know that that side of me even exists. They haven't seen that, but when they see it, they're like, "Oh, okay, I get it." Well, they misrepresented him, made fun of his company, and he said, "Okay." He flew all the way to North Carolina to pick up the car. They knew all of this. They knew they were not going to sell him the car. They didn't want to sell him the car. They didn't like him. They mistreated him. They abused him. They kept him at the dealership all day long. He was there from like opening to almost close. I'm in the business. I already know. If I'm going to sell you a car and you are paying with Bitcoin, I'm going to sell you that car in 30 seconds. From beginning to end, done, you're out of here. Once you're at a car dealership, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You go on lunch, they go on lunch. You come back, and then you're there for another 4, 5, 6, 8 hours. They don't want to sell you that car. You don't have a deal. A bank hasn't bid on it. It's not approved. There's no money in the bank. There's no certified cashier's check. Nothing. He goes to me. He goes to the public. He goes to the media. He goes to YouTube. He goes to all his channels, right, to express what he has gone through. Will Motivation has owned more than 100 exotics. Why? Because I'm the person that will sell these type of vehicles. We're all a very tight-knit community. There's probably 3 of us in the United States. There's 5 of us in the world. 3 in the US because 2 are always traveling, and I'm always traveling myself. Will Motivation just sold his Revuelto 2024 lime green, fully loaded, less than 2,000 miles. This guy got out of a Lamborghini, Revuelto, the top of the line 12-cylinder hybrid, the new version, the bootleg version of a CR63, Countach. Let me see what other variants. There's a few other variants, right? To go buy a Toyota, and they treated him like less than a human being. He goes to BMW. He goes to BMW. He buys the M2, fully loaded. Uh, what is that color? It's like a gunmetal gray, silver satin finish or whatnot. It's an M2 fully loaded. No competition package, but everything else, right? He gets the car. It's the equivalent. It's the same car. Actually, the BMW may be a little bit more expensive. But what's the moral of the story? If this collective of people did not want to earn his business, there's nothing wrong with that. Your vote is your buying power. What did Will Motivation do? He went back home and he bought a car from another dealership. In his inventory, he has a Huracan Technica in an Estero blue. He has a red Z06, fully loaded. 2025. He's only had it for a few months. He has the M2. He has the SF90, which of course we facilitated to him. So thank you for your business. The SF90 used to walk the Revuelto, and that's the reason why he traded out of it. You know what's the first thing I told him? Because of course people in the public are like, oh man, you're living beyond your means, and this, that, and the third. Granted, he has a few $1 million worth of cars, right? What's the difference with you having a few $1 million in one car? The difference is the perspective of society and how people will judge you. They don't know this person from a hole in the wall. This person has, I don't want to say how many real estate properties, but he does. And they're all rented, they're all occupied. There's two properties that are vacant. So the cash flow is there. He's built this portfolio over quite a nice amount of time. So now what? But it goes to show you, it hurts me and it bothers me that sometimes he would go to the public to explain himself. That used to be me 10 years ago. There's nothing to be explained. Either people understand or they don't understand. You want to know the truth, you get down to the grindstone. You want to buy 5, 6, 7, $8 million Ferrari, you call me. If I can beat the price, you buy the car for me. If I can't beat the price, I can't earn your business, and you're free to go to anybody else. That's it. It's as simple as that. Will Motivation does real estate. His automotive portfolio may be a few $1 million. So imagine how much is the real estate portfolio. Look at a Manny Cosman. Look at a Kevin Pathrak. Manny Cosman shows you, listen, I'm building in status. His creative artistic expression is his automotive collection. So what makes me any different? There are people criticizing him for the Lamborghini Technica, for the S90 Ferrari Stradale, for the Z06, for the BMW M2, and it's all the same person. It's all the same person that has to pay the monthly overhead on all of those cars, keep them on the road, still take care of the family, make sure the business is running good, and deal with the pressure of people in the public criticizing, putting him down, pointing the finger, not knowing who this person is. Unlike a Will Motivation, I have a catalog and I have other things, right? And we're going to get to that because that's very important. Legacy is important. So once again, you notice somebody like a Will Motivation knows a lot of people, just like me. But the circle of love is very small. Select the family members, select the friends, and that's it. Because you get to a point where you're not going to accept toxicity from anybody. Relative, family member, friend, colleague, business partner, client, customer, whatever. It's just not going to happen. Because quality of life, the more successful you become, quality of life becomes your measure of success. It's not the bank account, the house, the furniture, the clothing, the jewelry, and all of those things. I went from being a consumer of those things to being a producer of those things, to turning my position to say, okay, if this is good, let me invest in the business side of it and not worry about the personal side of it. Because if you show people a Porsche, they want to see a Ferrari. And if you show them a Ferrari, they want to see a Lamborghini. And if you show them a Lamborghini, they want to see an Aston Martin. And if you show them an Aston Martin, they want to see a Lotus. And if you show them a Lotus, they want to see a Bentley. And if you show them a Bentley, you have to show them a Rolls Royce. You never win that game. If you don't win that game inside of your heart and your mind and your spirit and your soul, you're doomed and almost certain to reach failure, which is a great learning experience. But again, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So I gave you two wild card examples. Now, on a personal, mental, psychological development, because let's talk about it. Let's talk about mental health. If you guys want me to be a doctor, not an engineer, for today I'm going to be your doctor. That's what I'm thinking that's going to be my purpose. People have no idea how hard I've worked since the age of around 6 or 7 years old. I'll be 44 next year. That's 37 years grinding. It took me 30 years to get the Ascenza. I have a few of them. That's the car that we're talking about. It's not just an avatar. I'm beyond the point of having to explain myself. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you perceive about me. Not now, not ever. And I never have. And that's just the reality. There's nothing for you to gain to try to belittle me or whatever. You don't exist in my universe. You know what I'm saying? You're just a figment of the imagination. So you get to the point where you realize how much of a love abuse tax you're paying to try to please people, to try to compromise. Charlemagne, excellent interview with Angie Martinez. Shout out to you, Charlemagne. Shout out to you, Angie Martinez. Without getting into the politics, they spoke about how they focus on not people pleasing. Everybody's not going to understand. Everybody's not going to get it. And that is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Things should flow naturally. Things should flow organically without being forced. Today, God gave me a cup of water, just like yesterday. We're going to make it work. Simple. This is what God gave me. This is what I'm going to work with. What has happened to me in the last few days all led to this conversation, whether you appreciate it or not. The Peanut Gallery had plenty of time to tune out. So this is for all the people that belong in the circle of love. So what can we learn from these two examples? Nobody deserves to be under that scrutiny. Why did you buy a BMW? Why did you buy a Toyota? Why do you like your Chevrolet Corvette better than your Lamborghini Technica or your Lamborghini Revuelto? Why do you like the Ferrari SF90 Stradale? It's only a V8, it's hybrid. It has turbos. The Revuelto has a V12. The Temerari is V8 twin turbo. And it looks like it's going to be the better buy for now until you get the more wild versions of Revuelto. That's by design. We can see the trajectory of SVJ, SV, S models in the Aventador series. So let us continue, right? Nobody can imagine the hard work that I had to put in my life to have my catalog, to have my career, to be on the cusp of all these negotiations. And now I get to sit back like I'm in a movie theater, play one movie. That's one company, one investment. Next movie, I get to pick thumbs up on this one, thumbs down on that one. I like this business opportunity. I'm not interested in this business opportunity. Now I have the power to choose. I've changed. I may look the same. The education is not the same. The experience is not the same. The discipline is not the same. The execution, everything I've done, you cannot take that away from me. Let's just highlight a few things. I'm a published author of 45 books. Try to write one book. I am a published author of 45 books. I have another 250 books that are not even released. That includes comic books, poetry books, documentaries, series, video games, you name it, I write it. I own the world's biggest music catalog in the history of music for one solo artist, over 10,000 songs. I can take your list of favorite artists and take all of their albums, and I have thousands more than them. I don't just beat these guys by like a few hundred songs. I beat them by thousands. It's like I live in a whole different universe. You can't have an interview with me. You can't have a conversation with me because the numbers are going to overwhelm me. So now I'm in the middle of the biggest negotiation of my life. I'm 43 years old. These people are talking about January 21st. Experts are saying July of 2026. I still have to deal with God, right? I still have to deal with life. I still have to wait, just like everybody else, to see what they've decided on. What was on Bloomberg Technology today, and why is it relevant to me, and why am I sharing it with you guys? I own a technology company. Everything is data points. You know what I call them in my company? Slurpees. I don't want to use tokens. I don't want to use data points. I don't want to sound like everybody in this industry. I am not like everybody in this industry. What they're doing is a data play. What's a data play? Think about sports. Larry Ellison, systematically, Skydance, Paramount. Now they're going for what? Warner Brothers, streaming. They see the change that is coming. It's a systematic change. Warner Brothers turned them down so much they had to do or try to do a hostile takeover. Now, what does that mean to me? Netflix has very deep pockets. They just closed a 200 something million-dollar deal. They just closed a $25 billion deal. This is the range that they have. The Weekend, you hear the talk about his catalog, $1 billion valuation, bonuses, blah, 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 blah. Here we are waiting. What happens now? If my catalog stays in Warner Brothers, they're telling me indirectly they're gonna use the data. The data of the catalog is worth more than the catalog. Why would I put that in their hands? I have a video game system. You think I don't want Batman? I want the next Batman game. Public knowledge. I'm working on it right now as we speak. But I'm working on a Sonic game too. But that Batman game is serious business. We're talking the Jetsons. I make that Batman game, it's game over. Intellectual property. Who does it belong to? Warner Brothers. I'm in the middle of this whole negotiation, watching the movie. I'm getting popcorn every day. Do you believe in your heart that my relatives, my closest relatives, the people that I worked so hard for over the last 37, 38 years, it took me at least 30 years to build my fortune. Do you think they understand this language? Data play? Do you think they care if they take my music and give it to a machine and the machine can do everything I can do to just clone me? Do you think I'm going to take a payoff for a few $1 billion and watch them make a few $1 trillion? I don't think so, my friend. So buying a $2-3 million car, it's not a problem. Spending $40 million in 36 minutes, it's not a problem. What's the valuable lesson here? You could do it too. Surprise, that's the secret. I started very young. I worked very hard. Business after business, investment after investment, failure after failure. For every successful business that I own today, I have 44 failures. What if I would have quit at 39? What if I would have quit at 40? What if I would have quit at 41? Guess who owns 44 kosher chicken recipes? This servant of God right here. You would never expect that. Had I listened to this collective of people, I would not have the catalog that I own today. Had I listened to all of these people, I wouldn't have the businesses, the investments, the portfolios, the technology company that I own today by myself. I don't owe anybody one red penny, no financing, no family member inheritance. Here you go. Good job. Victory, keep going. No, I did everything old school way. Started from the bottom with one penny and I built it up. People are amazed to see me walking down the street and pick up a penny from the floor. They don't understand that a penny is the most powerful piece of currency in the universe. You can have $1 trillion, and if you spend one penny, you're no longer a trillionaire. Humbling, right? You'll be surprised. That one penny will change everything. I'm up to the point in my life where I have grandchildren. I have 27 wives. I have 3 women expecting my children right now. What do you think is my priority? What do you think is my focus? The media, social political pressures, the society, the public perception? That doesn't exist in my universe. My concern is Nolani. She's my granddaughter. She owns the company now. She's the boss. She's 1 year, 1 month old, and she's a tough cookie. 14. Are you ready for that? You know she could bite you, right? What does that tell you? What do you think she's going to be doing in 5 years? She's not going to be walking. She's going to be running and playing. Then education starts. And that's a complete path into becoming a professional. Who needs to provide that? I need to provide that. Can I get into the politics of my family, my wives, their mothers, their family, my own daughters? I'm a girl dad. I got a lot of girls. Or do I need to focus on Nolani? Who am I here representing every single day, even if it's with a cup of water? It's Nolani. Who's the owner of this franchise? Nolani. It's no longer me. All the fame and fortune, my management team, they can have all of it. Not interested. The more time progresses, the more private I will become. The more disconnected I will be from the system. But what's the moral of the story? Do I feel comfortable with bringing my catalog to this negotiation for them to extrapolate the data points versus the evaluation? I appreciate the fact that they let me know that this was a data play because now the tables have turned, things have changed. Wait a minute. What do we need to do? Do we go to Paramount Skydance directly? Do we go to Netflix? Do we figure out what Warner Brothers is doing, or do we continue BlackRock and Blackstone, which is the majority stakeholder in most of these investments? They are our business partners. Do you think it's not difficult or even dangerous to walk the line between BlackRock and Blackstone? It is nearly impossible, but I do a phenomenal job publicly every single day. You could go on my LinkedIn, you could read all my books for free. You can see of the 1,500 to 2,000 execs that I have there, I have over 500 genuine connections. Who are these people? What are these industries? What are these trades? What are these products? What are these services? Where are these business opportunities being created if I didn't create them for myself? While everybody was doing this and saying that, I was handling business. So now I have the peace of mind because I have the position of privilege and power to take my time making the correct decisions because so many people depend on me. Millions and millions of people depend on me. From my churches and my charities all the way down to my philanthropic events and things like that. Shout out to Charlemagne. He has a thing for mental health. Yo, gotta give him props. Can't take stuff so personal. You know, there comes a time where you have to grow up. This kind of business is not for everybody. This is not construction. This is not get a 20-pound bag of cement, stir and mix, and make a mold. This is not the restaurant business. This is not hair care. There's nothing basic about what I'm doing. There's nothing small about what I'm doing. I just have to make it the size of the person that can consider it. Because most people are not ready. They do not understand the hard work. They don't see the 23 hours a day, the running on 3 hours of sleep, over and over and over again to deliver the best, whether it's a small business, medium investment, or a large portfolio investment. Whether it's a simple product like a cell phone case or something complex like my video game system. But it gets better than that. It's not going to be more complicated than my military systems or my medical systems or my autonomous systems, which can cover more than just automotive technology. My aerodynamic systems can cover more than just automobile technology. And it's building block by block, brick by brick. You only get one at a time. Fine. It's not like Lego Marvels or Lego DC superheroes where you're just building everything builds. No, it takes time. You're dealing with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different religious beliefs, different historical, foundations. They have good days, they have bad days. Imagine me every single day having to have multiple meetings, writing business plans, pitch decks and proposals, sending out texts and emails, keeping everybody in the loop, monitoring the system, working on new systems myself every single day. If I call management, family, yo, I need help with this, and that. And every single time it's like, not only am I starting from zero because they don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm starting from a negative zero because now I gotta teach them everything to get to the point where they understand me. Then I gotta explain to them what I'm doing, and then I gotta re-strengthen and highlight what we're gonna be doing, why we're making this investment now to go through this gestation fermentation period so that we can reap the benefits the day of tomorrow, while having the patience and the discipline to be calm, collected, and cordial. While people are putting you down and belittling you. While people are saying all this stuff. But see, I have millions of dollars invested in my company. You cannot tell me anything. I don't want to hear it. I put millions of dollars to invest in me. I believe in me. I bet it all on me. What about you? What did you do? What have you done? What are you talking about? Do you understand technology or do you not? Do you understand investments or do you not? Do you even know what the fuck I'm talking about? This is why this is an engineering class, more than a psychology series, etc. Even though I give you those bonuses, you guys can use it for your finals, your exams, etc. Why do I make my graduating students help me with my new students? This is my way of paying it forward. This is me releasing good karma into the universe to say, yo, thank you, God. I'm going to let everybody know you're the secret to my success. Undeniable. I broke the record over 700 videos on YouTube for myself, personal goal. 700 videos ago, people were like, don't do this. You're not good at this. This is not for you. Yeah? Yeah. Go watch them 700 videos and see how I started. See everything I've gone in just that part of the journey. Go on my TikTok. You'll see the most emotional shit. Sometimes I had no other outlet but to go to TikTok. Go check it out. It's all real. And if I can pick my boogers on camera, I love to do that shit. Just to let you know I'm a real person, real human being. Every time a door has been closed, it's been nothing but motivation and fuel for my drive. Every time somebody said no, I said now. At the W, right? That's it. Every time somebody said you'll never be, I said I will forever be. 10,000 songs in my catalog. I can buy with these eyes. Anything I see, I can have it. Like this. Doesn't matter to me. I'm Jewish. I'm a Jew for Jesus. Remember the beginning? I told you that from day one. It's against my religion. No matter how many bazillions God has for me, it will never change the core fundamentals and the core values that I have. This is how I've been my entire life. I've managed everything you can think about. 9/11 survivor, Hurricane Katrina survivor. You can't tell me nothing. I cannot be destroyed. I cannot be damaged. There's nothing you could tell me. There's nothing you could do to me that I haven't already been through. Still, good head on my shoulders, good heart. Never did anybody wrong. My children are successful. I'm good. I'm free. not in jail, I'm not dead, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not doing anything illegal, none of that shit. Corporate world, technology, entertainment, wearable technology, augmented reality systems, autonomous systems. I could keep going. Clothing, apparel, merchandise. I got toys. I got the video game. Let's not talk about that. I don't talk about it. Let people see it once it starts hitting the market. Then they'll realize, oh, damn. Oh, okay. The NFTs. Okay. Bitcoin. Oh, Ethereum. Oh, it's all digital. Oh, wow. It's him. Oh, his music. Oh, 10,000 catalogs. That's the guy. Movies, video games, comic books, poetry books, merch, all of that. Tours, international, all over the world. My greatest hits. 25 songs in Spanish, 27 songs in English. One better than that doesn't exist. I can give you 4 to 6 hours non-stop by myself with my music, anywhere I go. No curses, no foul language, none of that nonsense. Lyrically, I can, I dance with the best of them. From the most religious to the most hardcore gangster shit, to the party records, to the love shit, to the laugh shit, to the cry shit, I got it all. In multiple genres. I hold all the world Guinness records. I broke all of them. I have this thousands. I have too many to list. So I'm supposed to be inclined by God, build this entire empire, and then hand it over to your scrutiny and your perspective and your way and your demeanor of how you want to manifest in my life. What kind of character you want to be in my life. I'm supposed to water my shit down and not talk about it. Yet every day you see me, I got Corvettes trading, I got Ferraris trading, I got Lamborghinis for sale every single day. All my contact information is public knowledge. Google me. Google Venom R1. Google Manet. 504-202-5915. Cyrexpex at gmail.com. All my contacts is public domain. But it's been public domain my entire life, my entire career. There's nothing to misjudge or misperceive. Everything is clear. Read the books, then you'll understand. Listen to the music, then you'll understand. Then contrast that to my day to day. Why do you see me creating content every day? Why is everything important to document? Why is it important to structure everything? How many people could give you a full masterclass? No script, no book, no nothing, no slides, this is me. You are now connected to my universe. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the same thing. And the day after that, I'm gonna do the same thing. And the day after that, I'm gonna do the same thing. And the week after that, and the month after that, and the year after that. Whenever we close this deal, I better not get a text, an email, or phone call from anybody unless it's business. We're always here to do business. I'm only here to earn the opportunity to earn your business. That's it. People have an opinion like a belly button. Everybody has one. Everybody's not gonna like water or tea or coffee. Everybody's not gonna like the Big Mac. They may like the Whopper, but it's okay. I'm here for the people that like the Big Mac. I know you could have went to Burger King or Wendy's, but I appreciate you coming to McDonald's. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful that you did take out of your valuable time to have a family environment setting where you could just be, just do what you do best, be yourself. I look at it with motivation and it hurts me that I have to say this publicly to tell them, don't even waste your time. Why are you wasting your time trying to explain these things to people? They treated him like he was a criminal when this guy has $2 million worth of sports cars. He has every brand that you can want: Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini. He has it all, plus a Corvette. And you're telling this person he can't buy a Toyota Supra twin turbo because it's fully loaded because it's the midnight purple blue? Okay, BMW earned the business. We bought an M2, gunmetal gray, fully loaded, more prestige, more Johnny Blaze. and not watered down. You know that the BMW is the real car. You know that the Toyota version is just a reframe of the body. That's all it is. A redesign of the interior, but it's mechanically the same thing. Obviously, you know, different turbo setups for the M2. It bothers me when I see like a Manny Cosby, when I've known Manny since day one, just like a Patrick Bet. And there was a moment where he felt like he had to explain. It took years for people to understand, like, I don't have anything else. My car collection, I want to at least share it with the world, and that's it. He looks up to Tony Montana from Scarface, which we know is not a real character. It's based on legends and folklore of that time, but it's not authentic to the point where everything happened to this one person. It's everything happened to this one character. He looks up to that. He's a real estate guy. They already look down upon him. He's not a drug dealer. He's not a fucking owner of a cartel. This guy lives in Florida with one of the most beautiful women you could think about. They have children. They have a company. They have a family. Like, this is real fucking people. And people are so quick to judge. Oh, because this, because of that. See, I don't want no parts of that. I stay away from that. Those are my friends, billionaires, people I could call on this device right here. I feel bad that they feel at their level of success, which is one of my goals. I can only aspire and dream and hope to get to that point someday. God willing, God first, I will get there. Why is this person apologizing to people just like my family members and friends understand that cannot hold a conversation with you for 4 hours? A college course of credit semester is going to be 4 to 6 hours. You're going to take multiple classes throughout the course of the day. These people cannot hold the conversation for 4 hours.
I can't do that, man.
They cannot. They won't read the books. They won't go to the masterclasses. They won't take the courses. They won't invest in themselves. They won't even try. But have an opinion, have a perspective, will say hurtful words, meaningful things, with meaningful gestures, meaningful intentions deep down inside.
There's a fingernail right
All
here.
that spews out of them is this
I'm kidding.
hatred and this controversy and these challenges and these limitations. Well, that's a frequency that they're on, and that frequency can be changed. On this side, it's positive. On this side, it's negative. A toxic environment or group of people or collective
What?
are just toxic at all things. Something small, something medium, and something big. No matter what. You can go to them with the best pitch deck, the best proposal, the best business plan, the best product, and the best service, and they're always going to find one way and one reason and one excuse to say it'll never work. What the heck is a Happy Meal? You telling me you're going to put a little toy in a little combo for babies? And you're going to call it a Happy Meal because it's going to make people happy? It'll never work. How many Happy Meals do we sell every day?
Fog.
All over the world.
It is fog.
All over the world. How many Happy Meals are sold every day? How many McFlurries? How many people said it's impossible? It'll never happen. It'll never work. It doesn't make sense. It's no good because it's coming from you, my family member, my relative, my loved one, my close friends and confidants. Why? Colonel Sanders got 10,000 no's. He got 10,000 no's. 10,000 times they told him, nope, you're never going to do it. Who is Colonel Sanders now? I failed miserably in business, had to start over from scratch, from zero, 44 times. Then I hit the home run. Then everything changed. Then I was the golden boy. Everything I touched turned into solid gold. I could go into a business meeting with no pants on, and nobody would dare say, sir, you have no pants on. We can see your shorts. That taught me a lot about success. It taught me a lot about life. When you're successful, everybody wants to be a Yankees fan. Everybody's a Lakers fan. Everybody loves the Cowboys, right? When the bread is already sliced and it's warm with butter, everybody wants a piece. But nobody wants to go plant the wheat and grind the flour, make the dough, and then take that dough and put it in the oven. And then when it comes out of the oven, slices it and packages it, etc. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants the free ride. It's unfair for a person, not just an entrepreneur, to deal with circumstances like that. And sometimes it can be rooted in our childhood. This is why for me to be a doctor is a superpower in corporate America. Because most people do not understand, they do not grasp the concept that they're speaking with somebody with multiple PhDs. They have no idea. My portfolio has been around since the 80s. Consistency since the 80s. 30, going on 40 something years, man. You can't buy that on the internet. You can't download it. Nobody can give it to you. You're either born with that or you're not. And really and truly, that's what it comes down to. A lot of the challenges are going to come from people saying it's impossible, can't be done, it's too complicated. When I went to go pick up that Ferrari, I'm going from Ferrari Orlando to Fort Lauderdale. I'm Team Ferrari Orlando. That's my home base, right? I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. And of course, you have the peanut gallery. They don't understand management and administration. They don't know that I'm dealing with the owners of the company. They're playing their roles. Yet they didn't know. All the owners knew I was going to be there. That's why I was there so early. I opened the place. I had the keys to the place. So when they show up, they're like, who's this guy? And I'm like, listen, I need this on the flatbed, that on the flatbed, that's going on the boat, that's going on the truck. This is personal. I need that in my stories. And I did it all like a little bit before they opened, probably 14, 15 minutes before they opened the dealership. Now, the showroom was still open, but still, what did I tell people in the movie? Don't take it personal. They don't know any better. They don't know any different. They're going to judge you based on what you dress. They're going to judge you based on what you say. They're going to judge you based on your credit, how much you're putting down, what kind of car you're picking up. You're still going to go through the scrutiny like if you were buying a Toyota. Except there's a prancing horse with a historical prestige attached to Enzo Ferrari himself. Do we want the franchise and the brand to be represented by people like that? You know how many people I could have fired that day? And I chose to give them mercy to say, you know what? Don't you ever walk in this building and try to deal with one of our customers this way. I will make sure you never work with another Ferrari dealership for the rest of eternity. This is not a strong representation of our character and our integrity. We're not just selling $500,000 Ferraris. We're selling $7-8 million Ferraris. I have a $68 million Ferrari in my collection. This is not for the faint of heart. You can mistreat that one person that will cancel 1 million sales. We want people to come back and do business with us. If you are in the market for an exotic vehicle, we have smaller dealerships too for regular vehicles, work vehicles, fleet vehicles, stuff like that. But this is a prestigious brand. And even then, again, you go back to Will Motivation. He drives his SF90. He put a wrap on it. So now people are like, oh, taboo. He's ghetto. He's this. He doesn't have the Tom Ford. He doesn't have the Gucci and the Prada. I don't see the jewelry on it. You get what I'm saying? They treat him differently because he's a minority.
Some days I let him come, but yesterday I left him.
How do you deal with that? You're super successful. You're going to the Louis Vuitton store. You're going to Gucci and Prada. You're spending top dollar. You don't even like those things. You're spending that money on the people that you love because they're into those things and they like those
How many
things.
people?
And it doesn't matter if you pay with the black card.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot that
There's a
came and gone,
potential
right?
for
A
racism,
lot that came and gone.
indifference,
I know a bunch of
mistreatment.
people after you left. Went
So it
there.
makes you reflect on everything like, yo, so why am I coming here to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars
Can't come back.
a few times a year when at the end of the day, I'm customer number 37? They don't know my name. They don't know my background. They don't know my family. They don't know where I come from.
I had 9 negative feedback.
This happens with success, and it can lead to depression.
And you know me. You know my
Sadly, this is why you see the guy in the Porsche, the Ferrari, and the Lamborghini driving by themselves.
I caught Amber that day trying to get
Don't look at the wholesome experience of the beautiful car, the entrepreneur, the music. Look at the empty seat. Why is that? Why can't that entrepreneur go to friends and family and say, yo, this is how I did it, and it be accepted? Good job. Keep going.
I'm like, why? You already gave me 9 names.
Go even further.
They got the all under your name. What fucking I've heard.
Why is it, oh, you got lucky?
You're from the borough.
Yeah?
Just because they're not.
Don't tell me no shit like that. Because then I'm going to have to pour the syrup. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to really come down on you.
I even told her, I said, so why do I
You get to a point in your life where you don't want to have this back and forth interchange. You don't care to please the crowd. People understand. People don't understand. Shout out to Stephen Colbert. He was doing a comedic showdown a few days ago. University setting. In the context of the conversation, it came up that he's an extremely strict, devout Christian, and that he has potential to run for presidency. Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to be the first to say it. Stephen Colbert runs for president, he will win by a landslide. I'm not going to go into politics and what I
Mary
feel,
hasn't even been there since
but
quit.
I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah. She's supposedly in the hospital.
Now,
She's not
once
working.
again, my relatives, my friends, my colleagues, they have no idea the pressure that it takes to create a diamond. All they can see is the finished product. A diamond doesn't even shine until it's cut and polished, and it's not valuable until it's set in the proper setting. Then the total package becomes valuable, and most of the value is the actual artwork, like the labels. So everything has its understanding, everything has its reasoning, everything has its levels, right? Okay, great. How can they understand what I'm doing? Do you know what it feels like to have 10,000 of your songs in the open market, behind corporate structures, extrapolating all of the value that they can, to then take that to the quantum level extreme and put that information into a computer that starts making muffins of my music? Mass producing like Krispy Kreme donuts, it's mass producing the donuts. Forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. No matter what.
I'll watch.
You understand me? Where most people will say, yo, take the cash option, $30 a share. That sounds good. That's not good enough for what I'm doing. That's not good enough for what I'm building. That's not good enough for my right now. It's not good enough for the future. People either understand it or they don't understand it. You see it in the news. Everything is technology, Web3, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, this, that, and that, over and over again. NVIDIA chips, hardware, software, everything is technology. All of a sudden, everything is Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers, Netflix, Oracle, Google, Microsoft, Amazon Cloud, SpaceX, Solar City, Blue Horizon. You want me to keep going? This is my world. PlayStation, Xbox, personal home computer, Android, versus the iOS system. This is my everyday.
Material,
People are like,
she's
I
still there.
don't
Oh, yeah,
get it.
Darius still there.
I don't understand. In the heart of it, it's my 10,000 songs. That's my entire life
There was a girl
legacy.
that worked down
Right there,
Spanish
here it
girl
is.
that worked down
In the
there.
hands of my fans who are going to protect it and do the right thing by me.
They tried to bring
Now, potentially, presenting an opportunity where we could win in the corporate structure. But all they want is the data points.
This is
Now,
It used to be done
if we
at 5.
quantify,
right?
if we quantify everything on that spectrum, the data is worth more. So now I can negotiate the catalog and retain the data because it is mine. It doesn't belong to any other company or entity. It's 10,000 songs. You're gonna like one. You're gonna like one of my albums. You may not listen to me here, but you might fly to Russia and hear my music. You may go to Asia and hear my music. You may go to Canada and hear my music. You may go to South America or Central America. You may go to the Caribbean. I'm fucking King Kong in Asia. I don't care about the American market. This is my last market. By the time a song is released here, it's been out all over the world. 5 corners of the world. I can flood each corner of the world with 2,000 records to date. Just like that. Can you imagine if I upload 10,000 songs to YouTube? I've destroyed YouTube with 200 records. Imagine if I just put 10,000 right now. If I just hit the button, bam, YouTube shut down. What if I put 10,000 songs on Twitter? Shut down. What if I put 10,000 songs on Instagram? Shut down. I could keep going. LinkedIn, shut it down. And just keep going and going and going and going. Knowing that the auction record, we're raising capital for the auction. Every company wants intellectual property. Now they want data sets on top of that. Data sets not for sale. It is proprietary technology that I've built over the years, putting millions and millions of dollars of my own hard-earned money, business after business, cash out after cash out, buyout after buyout. I save my pennies and I invest in this. Do you think I care about what my cousin Juju thinks? Or my relatives, or my friends, or my peers, or my colleagues? Do they have millions of dollars invested in my company? Do they have a 10,000 song catalog? Are they published authors of 45 books? Write one book and impress me. Write one book and impress me. I have another 200 books that are not published. Impress me. If it walks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's probably not a giraffe. Statistics show, for the record and let the record show. It's tough that you as an entrepreneur have to deal with this. You need to get ready for that now. You need to put these things through the challenging test now so that when you get to the promised land of milk and honey, you don't have to deal with this baggage. You don't have to deal with the nonsense. People that love you are going to love you no matter what your bank account says, no matter how many materialistic trinkets you can have. None of that matters. If somebody loves you, they're going to love you with a cup of water or a private jet. I pride myself in surrounding myself with God's people, only God's people. I don't do business with every company. I can't just go aside and deal with just any company. My standards are a lot different. So what is there to talk about? Am I going to go through the rest of my life explaining, yo, this is what we're doing? Even in a business meeting, I have to take every exec and say, yo, this works like this. This works like that. This is why we're doing this for this outcome in the future. Every single time. So I have to relearn everything, reteach everything, research everything, reformat everything over and over again because I'm the franchise, because I'm the brand, because I own the company, because my future depends on it, because so many people from the churches and charities, all my foundations, all my relatives, family members, friends, peers, colleagues, business partners, their family, their friends, their relatives. I got to worry about all those people. You don't. And I do it with a smile on my face every day. Always working on new things. All these changes, when Netflix came in, I said, wait a minute, you guys have a check for me. You owe me money. Great. Let's negotiate. Paramount Skydance, I said, wait a minute, let's keep Warner Brothers out of this. You guys owe me money. You guys need to write me a nice check. Thumbs up. Let's do it. Warner Brothers, I'm like, listen, you already know what you lost. You already know what you recuperated. I'm the reason why you're in this deal, right? So remember, remember the tiny little part of the company that determined this negotiation. The highest bid, $108.4 billion. This little kid from Harlem in the Bronx is a very small part of that empire. Remember, do you remember? Because I've been consistent. It's in the books, it's on all my social media, everything is documented, it's in the music. What more do you want? All I have to say is write the check. I only accept Bitcoin. Let me show you where you can send the Bitcoins because it's the only language that I speak. You can send everything to that Bitcoin address right there. Then we can talk. Then I can address the peanut galleries that we all have in our lives. For my students, for my entrepreneurs, make sure that that's the first thing that you eliminate. You don't want to reach success and have people manipulate you emotionally, mentally, psychologically, to guilt trip you into, oh, but you drive a Lamborghini and I'm your relative, so I need to drive one too. No, I drive a Lamborghini. You drive a Toyota Camry. You drive a Honda Accord. And be grateful that it's a new one, fully loaded. We're not the same. I'm not going to give you money. I'm going to teach you how to open a business. You go get your own, how I had to go get my own. Nobody helped me. Everybody closed the doors on me. Very few people gave me an opportunity. And that's all I ever needed was a fair fighting chance. Now, after all the work, after retirement, I'm supposed to pacify these adults that are grown children so they can feel comfortable because they feel that my success is their failure when my failure and my success are not correlated to any of these people, any of these corporations, any of these investments, any of these entities. I'm a child of God. I belong to God. That's it. God wins. Respectfully, I'm reserving the space to keep my distance. So as time progresses, yeah, you're going to get more content, but I'm also going to be living a much more private life. And that is because of everything that I have done. That is because of everything I've had to explore. That is because of everything I've had to share because there are people just like you. Ray Kroc, what do you think? He was different than me and you? 2 feet, 2 hands, right? Had a dream, right? Followed it through, worked hard. Now, wow, look, McDonald's, sweet and sour sauce, barbecue, ice cream. We're an ice cream company. We make our money on breakfast, but we're an ice cream company. You get a cone from McDonald's, I'll teach you how to eat it like an owner. And when you eat it like an owner, there's a surprise in each one. And we'll save that for the franchisees. You can do it too. How many people don't work in Domino's and own the franchise in 3, 4 years? Many, most that you see in ownership started in management. Their franchises like Wingstop. It's hard to get the permits, but once you get the permit, $350,000 investment, you make $1 million in 1 year, guaranteed. How many people don't have a $500,000 house and work a regular job where you can have a business that's generating you $1 million a year? Probably more now because it's more popular now. The choice is yours. You're still going to deal with a headache, whether you have one McDonald's or you have 100. It's the same headache. Every McDonald's is going to make you about $150,000 a year. So about $2,000, $3,000 a month, about $500, $600 a day. Doesn't mean it grosses that. It grosses millions and millions and millions of dollars. But you got to invest all those millions of dollars to extrapolate about 150 grand. You want to make 300,000? You need 2 franchises. You want to make 1.5 million? You need 10 franchises. The size of the headache is not determined by how many stores you have. You're still going to have the same amount of a headache and stress. So if you're going to have the same amount of headache and stress, you might as well go for the gusto, right? Go for everything. What do you got to lose? You only live once. Don't be controlled and manipulated by people that tell you you don't even have one chance to be successful. It's impossible. They don't understand. Let them not understand. You don't get it? Don't get it. Get the sound of the SF-90 Stradale when it pulls up to the door. And don't treat me any different. Do not treat me any different. Because then I'm going to treat you differently. And that you're not going to like. I don't have to be nice. I don't have to play nice. Most people, once you achieve success, I always believed in you. I knew you were going to be the one. I remember all the signs. But while you're in the building process, they're the same people saying, yo, it's impossible. You can't do it. It's not going to work because of this, that, and the third. All I need is one reason. Out of 100%, so I can put my 99% onto that 1% possibility. At $108.4 billion, you know what the valuation of my company is, right? Because I'm a small percentage of that deal. I don't need to say nothing else. Thank you. And I know there's a lot more on the other side. Because if they're willing to invest $108.4 billion, they're not investing to lose. They are focused to win, laser focused. They don't hear the naysayers, the negative noise. They don't computate that because so much of what they're doing is invested into their every single day of everything. Why is this important? Because as an entrepreneur, you're going to be facing these things. So clear that out of the way now. It's like kind of like pulling weeds from before you build a garden and build your garden. Your garden could be Madison Square or it could be the Yankee Stadium. Choice is yours. What do you want to do in the future? What do you want your legacy to be? You're going to be dependent on what people say, think, talk, perceive, process, whatever. Everybody has a belly button. Everybody has an opinion. Get over it. Welcome to the real world. Who cares? I don't care. I would love to be in private so I could curse, but I can't do that in this format. But it hurts me to see somebody like a Will Motivation or a Manny Cashman having to explain themselves to people. I don't have to explain myself to people today. Imagine the day of tomorrow. So I'm cutting the cancer now while there's time to eliminate those toxic relationships, people, places, things, circumstances. It's enough of that. This is the year of the snake, right? It's the year of shedding. Next year is the year of the horse. You gotta ride the horse to the destiny. All very powerful words. One moment could change your life or it could stay the same. The choice is yours. You could learn from everything I'm telling you, or you could just let it float in the ether and maybe it'll help another person. But if I can help one person, I've done my job. Myself included. The teacher is the true master. Because as I'm relearning these skills, I'm resharpening my swords. And every single time I have to present it to you guys, I'm just sharpening my blades. And I'm setting boundaries. I'm making everything clear. This is everything that I'm working on. One of my best projects right now is the video game system. I have no time to think about anything else. For investors coming in, I can make the investment as small as your mind is, or I can make it as big as reality. It's all up to how deep is your wallet. Digital. How many Bitcoins do you have? I need $100 million. How many Bitcoins is that? Do the math. 100 million, I'll double that in 3 seconds. You want something better than that? Doesn't exist. That's fair. You raise 100 million for me, I pay back 200 million. Peace. Deuces. Basically the same that I'm going to pay in taxes. At least investors could say I was a part of that. I was a part of the initial auction that opened up the floodgates, business opportunities. Nike, Under Armour, Reebok, Adidas, this, that, and the third. Not just Nike, not just the Gap, not just Banana Republic, but Tom Ford. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So now let's dial everything back to where we started. Let's bring everything back. What kind of conversation can we have? What is there to talk about? That is not an avatar, right? That is real red carpet. Among the first. Shout out to David Lee. We have the same spec. What are the chances of that? What is there to talk about? Do you know that I still have people making comments about my music? And all I have to say is, yo, there's 10,000 songs. Find the one that you like. Don't try to change or modify the catalog for what it is. This is the catalog. This is it. However you want to remix it, that's up to you. It has nothing to do with the original. The original Dandadas. These are the ones. This is Gen 1. This is the foundation. This is everything. When I started my technology company, I probably scared the bejesus out of everybody around me. But guess what? They went to invest into other things. They went with other waves and other vibes and other potentials. And guess who still has a technology company? I do. And guess who doesn't have those other investments? They don't. So what is there to talk about? Yeah, we were business partners. There's a brotherhood that has outlasted the business partnership. We can engage on the family channel, not on the business channel. Those avenues have been closed. I don't need to impress my family members, my peers, my colleagues. I need to impress my business partners, the people that write the $1 billion checks, the BlackRocks, the Blackstones, the Vanguards, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Those are the people I need to impress. Yesterday, I had a conversation, and during the process, I was teaching an engineering class. So I'm in transport, I'm mobile, I have all my stuff charged up. And I got a comment that was designed to destroy my entire day. Above that comment, I had an amazing day, extremely productive day by the grace of God and God alone. You know what was the highlight for me to reflect on it? Walking the puppy this morning. Shout out to you, Milo, the most famous puppy in all of history. He looks like a little cup of milk. Shout out to you, Milo. Milo, you need a shower too. You're a little funky. You got rained on. I don't know where you went for the holidays, but you definitely got rained on. It's the little things in life. I'm almost to the point where I feel comfortable. And there's still a lot of work to do. And I don't take it for granted. Over 700 videos on YouTube, done. Whoops. 45 books published, about another 250 books written. My bad. 10,000 songs, and not stopping anytime soon. Beginning of next year, I'll be right back in the studios. My last album came out 2 months ago. I haven't taken 2 months from recording in as never in a lifetime. I think the most was probably a week. I mean, like a month and a week. We're 4 days from New Year's. And that's it. The year starts all over again. We need to take now everything that we've learned, everything that we experienced, and use that, reinvest it into next year. I get to invest 43 or 44 years of my life into 2026. You will not outwork me. In your jet, you will not outwork me. In your pen, you will not outwork me. How Eric Thomas says, shout out to you, Eric Thomas. I'm grateful for everything that has happened the way that it has because all it has been for me is prayers answered. Everything that I prayed for, everything that I wanted, God gave to me in His own way. We want to make it play Major League Baseball. God says you want a Red Lobster and an Olive Garden, and that's how you're going to make your fortune. You can't be mad at God. You can't complain. Now in the future, you reach the success, and it's the same conversations. Now it's funny. Now it's laughing, jokes, and games. But now you have to really be assertive and tell these people, had I listened to you, agent of deception, right? Even from the abyss and beyond, none of this would have been possible. Do you understand now? Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I didn't take the time to chat GPT, Google, or Bing, whatever I was trying to figure out to try to assist you. Because every exec in my company can use Google. You don't understand something? Google it. Ask a question. Use Gemini. Free 99. Is it fair for me to be the CEO, to be the artist, to be the investor, to be the broker, to be the person providing the pitch deck, the communicator, the facilitator? I got to do all the logistics. That's not fair to me. But I'm like, don't worry, because all I'm going to do is continue to build my team. I'm still building my roster. I get to cherry pick the people, God's people into my life. Come over here. What can you do? You're good at this? Come on down. My my nephew's fiance does editing. She has her own following on social media. I said, yo, let's work. She said, yo, I can help you edit everything. And I'm like, you know what? That's why I built the catalog so that I can have other professionals, seasoned veterans that understand what I'm trying to do and can help me build that bridge to the consumers. So all of this metadata, all of these slurpees, right? All of these data points, now I can delegate them to different companies, different production houses to kind of see who's doing the best job and then select the ones that are a best fit for me. But now I have another person that God has blessed me with that I can say, you know what, this person can assist. Maybe by a percentage. Maybe I give 90% to the company and I give this person 10, 15% of the workload. Or maybe I educate this person, train this person to be an executive, to work with some of my other executives. What I'm here to do is acknowledge the fact that God at least gave me that opportunity, that God at least presented it to me, that God at least said, you know what, think about it. I'm not saying no, I'm saying not right now. The whole Warner Brothers deal, God is not saying no. God is saying not right now. Realistically, God is talking about June, July. That's half of 2026. If I've been waiting 43 years of my life, what's another year or two? I've been on tour the last 2 or 3 years. What's another 2 or 3 years? I have to deal with, or I've had to deal with, people not understanding. And eventually you just say, you know what? Just don't get it. Just let me continue in my universe to do my things, and then you continue on your existence. And we'll see in 5 to 10 years. Sadly, people that are abusive, they're going to cover the sun with one finger. They're gonna say, "I always believed in you. Oh, I was just kidding. Oh, I was just pushing you. I just wanted to see you make it." The whole world is already against you. The whole universe. Why would somebody that loves you make that more difficult or harder or more challenging? What kind of heart does it take for a person to be like that? That tells me more than anything else, regardless of the suffering. Now I know these people don't belong in my life. As a Jewish man of faith, as a man who is public for my career, but private in my personal life. Do you think this is easy? If I fart, it's on camera. If I pick my nose, it's on social media. If I say something, it's in every vlog. And the industry people are so arrogant, they won't even mention your name. They won't even help you build promotion status for whatever you got going on. They'll just say, I had a conversation, and this came up in the conversation. Meanwhile, I'm here uplifting the people, telling people, listen, there's no secret to this shit. All you need is an opportunity, because that's all I needed. You know how many millionaires I made, and they can't make a cup of coffee? Once I realized, wait a minute, if I'm making you guys, time out. I'm going to go make everybody that I love a millionaire. So long as they're willing to open their heart, their mind, their body, their spirit, and their soul. You go read the books. You go to school and prepare yourself. You work the 2 or 3 jobs. You deal with people putting you down. And after a few years of that, you're going to come and buy a Lamborghini from me. And I'm here to sell it to you for the best price, the best deal that I can get you. With the best terms, everything. I can do 1% financing right now. Actually, 0.987% right now. Then you'll understand. And it's a bittersweet victory. Why? Because, damn, you're driving in the Lamborghini, but you're like, fuck, I'm by myself. You want to have a conversation with somebody, but you can't. I have a better relationship with my students than with other people. They don't understand. My students are hungry. They want a future. They want a fighting chance. They want to do something bigger than their lives, regardless of what life gave them, regardless of where they started, where they come from, what their culture is, whether they're tall, short, fat, skinny, long hair, short, it doesn't matter. Why do I have to carry the baggage of constantly having to heal myself, but then having to heal the shoulders of others who are broken, who won't invest in themselves, who won't develop themselves, who won't heal themselves, who won't put in the hard work? People are not just going to change overnight. They can, the potential is there, but this collective of people refuses to do that. So now, from a psychological standpoint, what is the default programming? Why are they going back to negativity, toxicity, etc.? Why is there a competition? Why can they never be happy? They have money, they have power, they have prestige, they have success, but they have no happiness. So now you're a target because you have happiness. You're a target because you have a vision. You're a target because you have focus. They're not going to stick around this long to get the full psychology series. They're going to take bits and snippets and tune in and tune out whenever it's convenient for them. They rather deal with the podcast and the radio show so they don't have to see you. When they see something visually, they'll put it on audio so they don't have to look at you. In public, they don't want to deal with you because you represent success. You represent determination. You represent thinking outside of the box and thinking for yourself. When most people are sheeple, they're just following the crowd and following the lead, and everybody does this, so let me do this. And here I go saying, fuck that, time traveler confirmed, year 9998. I can lead the horse to the water and make the horse drink. I can give you advice. I can tell you the books. It's in my books. In my books, I'm telling you about the people that are my business partners that changed my life. 2 of those titans, 2 that are still alive because, Thomas J. Stanley's not here and Jim Rohn is not here. But I still have Les Brown. I still have Anthony Robbins. I still have Patrick Bet-David. I even still have a Dame Dash. He's in my books. Who am I? Young kid from Harlem in the Bronx. Overseas, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, from villages where there's no roads. All I had was a dream. And the relentless pursuit of excellence and perfection of that dream. All the world gave me was excuses and reasons to quit, give up, stop trying, and all those negative things. And all I did was go to God and say, God, it's us against the universe. We got this. All right, my child, go, my son, just go. Do your thing. Victory. El Victorio, el Mandalorio, el Atilano, soy yo. Gracias a mí. No matter what you do, you could give ice cream to the whole world. Some people will complain. Some people will find negative in that. So, continue walking your path. Do not allow these things to take away from the beautiful and special, unique being that God made you. All of your dreams, God put inside of you. All of your dreams come from God. The dream killers are not God's people. There's no better way for you to realize who is God's people. One moment could change your life, or it stay the same. The choice is completely up to you. I've done my part: pour love, support, understanding, and clarity, vision, and wisdom into all of it. What you do with that, magic in the bottle, is up to you. Now, we're going to take a pause here, an intermission, because I need to get to my office. So, let's finish the day with three things. Number one, another prayer. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings in our lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we don't have because we're in the process of getting it. And in that journey, everything we do is in your name. Number one. Number two, motivation. When you conquer everything that's in your path, may everything that you touch turn into solid gold bars and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite and laboratory-grown diamonds, or any laboratory-grown gem. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. It happened to me, and I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. But before we go, go to your marketplace and please type in Brian Tracy and open the 21 Success Secrets. For today, I'm going to give you guys success secret number 5. Commit to excellence. And it goes a little something like this. The quality of your life will be determined by the depth of your commitment to excellence, no matter what your chosen field. Quote by himself, Mr. Vince Lombardi. Resolve today to be the very best at what you do. Set a goal for yourself to join the top 10% in your field, whatever it is. This decision to become very, very good at what you do can be the turning point in your life. Virtually all successful people are recognized as being extremely competent in their chosen fields. Remember that no one is better than you, and no one is smarter than you. And everyone who is in the top 10% today started off in the bottom 10%. Everyone who is doing well was once doing poorly.
Huh?
Everyone who is at the top of his or her field was at one time in another field altogether. And what countless others have done, you can do as well. Here is a great rule for success. Your life only gets better when you get better. And since there is no limit to how much better you can become, there is no limit to how much better you can make your life. Your decision to become excellent at what you do, to join the top 10% in your field, is the turning point in your life. It is the key to great success. It is also the foundation of high levels of self esteem, self respect, and personal pride. When you are really good at what you do, you feel wonderful about yourself. Being excellent affects your whole personality and all of your relationships with other people. You feel happy and proud when you know you are at the top of your field. Here is one of the most important questions you will ever ask and answer for the rest of your career. What one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my life? You cannot become good at everything right away, but you can identify the one skill that can help you the most and then throw your whole heart into developing that skill. Set it as a goal, write it down, set a deadline, make a plan, and work on becoming better in that area every single day. You will be absolutely amazed at the difference this commitment to excellence will make in your life. This commitment alone can make you a self made trillionaire in the course of your career. Action exercise. Identify your key result areas in your current job. What are the parts of your work that you must absolutely, positively perform in an excellent fashion to move to the top of your field? Where are you strong and where are you weak? Make a plan today to get better in the one skill area where improvement can help you the most. Not bad, right? Not a bad way to start the day. Once again, one moment could change your life or it could stay the same. Let me just double check crypto news, which everything has been closed. We have just the two modules, so let's finish those, okay? You guys ready? Breaking news. Former ULA CEO to lead Blue Origin National Security Unit. Billionaire Jeff Bezos' space technology company Blue Origin Enterprises LP announced on Friday that it has appointed former United Launch Alliance ULA CEO Tory Bruno, pictured above, as the president of the company's newly formed National Security Group. In his new role, he will report to Blue Origin's CEO Dave Lynn. Prior to joining Blue Origin, Bruno oversaw the development of the Vulcan rocket at ULA before resigning from the company earlier this week after nearly 12 years. Following the announcement of his departure from ULA, he signaled that he will be doing something interesting after he steps down. We are going to bring important, innovative, and urgently needed capabilities to our nation. Can't wait to get started, Bruno said in a post on X in reply to Limp welcoming him to the company. Not bad. And finally, because we need to jet out of here, okay? Mitsubishi Chemical to decide on India plant by 2027. Mitsubishi Chemical Group is considering building a new plant for methyl methacrylate (MMA) in India, with the decision expected by March 2027. It's a somewhat protected market, so we'll be in a strong position if we have domestic production. Board Director Manabu Chikumoto said, as he told Nikkei Asia on Friday. MMA is a key plastic used in the production of glass substitutes, and Mitsubishi Chemical is the world's top producer with a roughly 30% global share. Very interesting for my students. You guys could do your modules on that. If the plans, if the plans come to fruition following a one-year feasibility study, this will mark the company's first plant in India. The move would also be part of its broader aim to reduce existing, less competitive facilities and expand to new markets. Mitsubishi Chemical Group stands in the green range of 1.73%, 4.83. Not bad. Now, let's go for everything. Let's see what we got in technology. Top 10 games of the year, we'll do that later. Restocking fees, Powerball winner. Silver prices continue soaring. All right, so we'll pick up with that module. Let me show you the NFT. Now we got to get back to the office. We got to walk Milo, y'all. So want to thank you guys for coming out. Dreams come true. You guys have the best teacher in the world. This is what I do, baby. So we'll see you in a little bit. We'll be back in the oficinas in no time. Peace out. Let's go see what Milo and Miss Allison are up to.